First things first, before I forget, in a few places you've mentioned that you're beat up from Supercross.
Yeah.
So how did this happen? Was there a crash that no one knows about, or what's the situation?
I literally have no idea how I hurt my knee, but yeah, it's weird. Got an MRI on Sunday after Paula, because I was like, all right, I got X-rays before that week before, didn't show anything because it's just bone and stuff, and then got an MRI, and a few things popped up, nothing looking like I need surgery or anything, so that's good. And I've just, been doing a whole bunch of stuff to try to figure out how to make it feel better. So all in all, I wasn't able to ride this week, but could have I rode this week? Yeah, sure, but I'm like, save it for press day. Feel it out, see how I feel. I'm feeling a lot better than last week already, so I think I'm doing the right things to improve my knee. I have no idea in Supercross how I did it. I guess just being 32 now, I don't know.
Did it affect you towards the end of Supercross, or was this an after Salt Lake City thing?
The last two races, it really hurt. I wouldn't say...
When you were good?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it made me not think about things and just be like pain. So it's just painful, to be honest. And yeah, it's a little weaker than I would like it to be. But weird deal. But no, I don't think it's really. I mean, maybe I don't think it's hindering my efforts. I feel like I'm in a really good spot. The bike's good, and we'll just keep at it,
Round one was solid for you. Was it enough for you to leave content and somewhat happy?
Happy with the bike. My starts were good, not great. My riding was good, not great. So plenty. Yes, take the positives. There's a lot of positives. Plenty to build off of and keep getting better. That's the goal. Be better and keep improving results. And if you're at fifth overall, it's the other stuff's not too far away.
Sticking with that theme, was the bike good, not great, or was it great?
It was good. Yeah, no, I think the bike was really good. Like I said, after Salt Lake, I was supposed to do 2 test days. I only did 1 test day. We didn't get through everything, but when I left, I was like, we have a good base. The bike felt balanced, power felt good, everything felt all right. First moto, I wasn't super comfortable, got some arm pump. We made a change before the second moto, and the bike was really good for the second moto. So I think we're in a really good spot. Is there room for improvements? Always, but we're just gonna take our time, try little things here or there, nothing too crazy, and I think like me, I'll keep getting better. The bike will keep getting better, and the results will keep getting better.
Last one, is the bike this good outdoors because of the work you did in Supercross, or because it's just a better starting package outdoors?
I would say it's not that much different from Supercross to motocross, like balance-wise. So I think Supercross, towards the end of Supercross, Maids really helped us going into outdoors big time. So this bike, at least for me, and I feel like even maybe Chase, like balance is really key to this bike. Once you find a balance, then you can build off of that. So I feel like from Supercross to the end of Supercross, we found a good balance, and it just carried on into motocross.
Round one was solid for you. I definitely think you showed what you've got. How did you feel leaving it? Were you content?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really pushing anything. I was kind of just seeing how it was going to go, and all in all, I felt like I had a solid day. Had a first turn crash in the second moto, so that wasn't ideal. I felt like we had 2 really consistent, solid motos. Otherwise than the crash, obviously we were way back in the pack, so we only came back to 8th in the second moto. But all in all, it was a good day. I think we're in a good spot, and we can start fighting for these podiums.
Being the only guy under the 450-10, do you feel pressure to show that the team can rely on you with an eye to the future?
Yeah, I think it's important. It's a unique spot for me. I didn't really expect to be in this position, so all the eyes are on me, and someone's got to deliver for the team, and that's really only me. So definitely putting my best foot forward, moving forward, and it was good to get the first one of the round, learn the class a little bit more outdoors, and just see where we stack up. And it's weird. It's like starting an A1 all over again. Like you got different guys that excel in different places outdoors, and different bike setups and all that. So I think it went really smooth besides the crash in the first turn, and looking to build this weekend.
Do you feel like it's easier to make gains when you're the only guy on the team? Easier to just figure out solutions to problems and take those steps?
I think it's a give and take. Like if I had Cooper here with me, we'd be going back and forth on bike setup and what he feels is better, and it's just a second opinion, you know. I'm only one riding the bike right now, so it's yeah, definitely hard in that aspect, but at the same time you got more eyes on you and yeah, more help from the team, so for sure it's a give and take.
Do you actually think that you're a good test rider, like being honest with yourself?
I don't think so. I think I'm terrible, honestly. Like, my feedback isn't great, and it's very hard for me to feel minor changes, so sometimes if it's a long test day I'll get lost, and yeah, it's got to be like some big changes for me to feel direction, and I'm trying to get better with it. It's just, yeah, it's definitely taken some time to learn.
Round one was obviously great for you. So what did you need to improve and work on this week? Was there a list that you left Parlor with that you knew you had to get better at?
Yeah, I mean, you're leaving Fox with only a bare amount of time you got for outdoor testing and stuff. So, I mean, this week it was just keep on dialing the bike in. Worry about, you know, the motos and stuff. I have good fitness. I have that dialed in. But right now, it's just making sure the bike's 100%. Because if the bike's dialed, you go a lot more fast than when it's not. So at Fox, I mean, my bike was good, but obviously there's little things that it's the first round you find. So during the week, we just worked on some bike setup, and that was it. I mean, just did the normal schedule.
With time, you will get to 100% outdoors. Where do you feel like you were at Parlor, using that scale, putting a percentage on it?
Yeah, at Fox, I'd say, I mean, you're about 85%, I'd say. I mean, I'm like not exactly where I am to peaking yet. Where in outdoors, I have more speed in me. I feel like it could bring out. Fitness obviously can get a little better. I mean, that's just going to build, though. You have a short amount of time you get before you go race outdoors. So, yeah, just slowly build and, yeah, continue up.
Considering you think you're at 85%, were you surprised how easy round one came to you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I come into round one, you don't know where you're going to stack up. And I mean, I got like a 8th place start, I believe, the first moto. And by the first lap, the end of the first lap, I was in 3rd. Like, I was just railing all the outsides and insides and stuff. And I mean, I did kind of surprise myself in that moto. Got around Tom, which, I mean, Tom's the 2-time MXGP world champion. To pass him on an outdoor track it's another big thing, right? I mean, it's even though I'm the guy to win, it's still cool doing stuff like that. You pass Tom, caught back up to Levi. He obviously got the marker stuck in his boot, so I was able to get around him. But I mean, he got right back behind me, and I opened the gap up. So it's like it was a big confidence booster at Fox. And yeah, I say, you know, you get a little better throughout the season. Just the more motos and the more races you do.
You mentioned working on the bike. Specifically, what is it that you'd like to improve?
Yeah, I mean, just suspension work. We're on a whole new bike from last year in general, the new Yamaha, so continuing getting the suspension better. And, I mean, yeah, just suspension work, getting it dialed in. I mean, now it's good. I mean, it worked at Fox, so it's just getting it better and better so you can go faster and faster.
Do you feel like you're a good test rider, or is it still too early in your career for you to have that nailed?
Yeah, it's a little difficult doing testing. I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes, but again, I've been pretty good at testing. I think that's why I've had some pretty good success early. But again, I'm a guy that can just adapt to my bike. Like last Supercross season, I didn't touch the bike once the whole season. Like, I just left it. And even this Supercross season, I might have done one or two clicks on the bike. Like, I did not change anything on my suspension. I'm just a racer. Like, when it's time to race, I adapt to it and I go.
I feel like round one was solid for you, but where do you actually see your peak? Like, is that good enough for you?
No, it's not. Actually, Moto 1 was good enough for me, and the Moto 2 was... Let's restart. Round 1, no, it wasn't the best. Moto 1 was good enough. Moto 2 was whatever. 10th overall is where I wanted to leave it at worst. I had a goal, top 8, and we're just two positions off that. Paul has never been my favorite. I think it's kind of one that you just get out of the way, and then you look forward to these next ones. And it's my hometown track this weekend, so hometown race, you get that feeling of excitement, and it's just somewhere you can go and be relaxed.
The main part of your parlor that sticks out in my mind is you battling with Pierce quite intensely. So have you been quite close in training and testing?
Yeah, we go back and forth almost every day at the track. So it's kind of like that feeling of, like, I'm not going to let you beat me at this moto, or I'm going to try a little bit harder to keep you behind me, just so I can go to the truck and be that guy that beat my teammate. So yeah, it's a fun rival. I don't think we hold any grudges or anything. It's just it's a good rival to have.
Are you quite comfortable in your situation at the moment, or do you feel pressure to perform?
It's a good question. I do have another year, obviously next year, to perform and have a good year, but I think this year outdoors is time for me to show what I truly have, and I think last year I had a little bit of excuse of having like my rookie year and getting that out of the way. So this year it's I can really focus on racing, and I think tomorrow's gonna be a good day. But yeah, I'd love to leave. My goal this weekend's a top 6 overall for sure.
What do you think you need to improve on to get there? Is there one part that you can take from Parla that definitely needs to be improved on?
Yeah, I would say last year I struggled with endurance, just getting tired pretty early, and I feel like I've gotten that taken care of. It's just now I feel like it's getting my true full self out of my full riding and showing that every time I'm on the track. It's easy to, for myself at least, to get in like a shell, like a turtle shell, and not show my true self. And I think that's one thing I need to work on. And once I do that, I think it'll come easy to me. But yeah, that's the one thing I'm struggling with, and I don't think it's anything big. It's something small, so it should be easy to get over with.
Why do you feel like you're hesitant to just put the real you out there? Is there a reason?
It's a tough question, because if I could figure it out, I think I'd have it figured out already. I think it's a good start. I'm a good starter, and once I think I get out front and lead laps, it'll feel normal. It's just I think getting passed by one guy, and then obviously there's another dude I'm worried about, like trying to go forward. You get in those gaps, and I think it's just learning how to manage. So yeah, it's a tough deal, but I think we'll get it figured out.
My assessment of your first round is that it was way, way, way better than the results show. I actually think you were the guy who's maybe got the most potential that the results didn't show. So are you that encouraged leaving round 1?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel really good about my riding and about how my bike felt and everything last weekend. So yeah, I felt like you know, I had a little tip over in the first moto and still finished 7th. So that was pretty good. And then I feel like, you know, without that, but that's kind of like the story for me, you know, like if I could just clean up that one little slide out or something. So yeah, we got to clean that up, and I think that I could have been, you know, 3rd or 4th in that moto, most likely. And I really feel strong at the end of the moto, so I think I maybe could have been battling those guys at the end. So 2nd moto, first turn pile up. I didn't go down in it, but then it was just like terrible from there. So yeah, really encouraged by the riding last week, and feeling excited for the rest of the season.
When you tip over like that in the first moto, do you immediately beat yourself up a lot, or are you so in the moment that you kind of just pick yourself up and get on with it?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it happens so much now. Like I'm so mad whenever it happens. But this weekend, last weekend, I picked up the bike, and I thought I was gonna have to go into the mechanics area because my bars were so twisted and my front fender was really twisted, and I thought I was gonna have to stop in the mechanics area. So I was just happy, like once I got going, that I got used to it enough that I didn't have to actually go in the mechanics area, and I was able to push back. Like, I'm mad in the moment, but you know, once you go 2-3 turns, you forget about it, and it's just business.
The speed is there, but we know you've had a checkered past with outdoors. So are you almost hesitant to lay it all out there on the track because you want to make it through this thing first and foremost?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I try to not think about that too much riding, but definitely want to make it through the whole season healthy. I think it's just so good, like, you know, to be out here racing outdoors for the fitness, for the riding, the technique of it. I think it helps a lot in Supercross as well. So I want to be out here for all 11 rounds, getting ready for Super Motocross, but at the same time, like, I want to be battling for podiums. I want to get on the podium and try to battle these guys for wins. Like, I don't try to ever show up to a race that I don't think I can win. So yeah, once the gate drops, I'm gonna try my best to get the job done.